No, I'm talking about RealTime project. Actually, I wanted to ask for the business knowledge on this, because what I wanted to I've not. I've seen this assigning, but I'm not very sure what is the business cases they do. I'm aware of, like we have to evaluate that various privilege accesses. Their account would increase some threshold value, maybe 500, 600. So it will change to amber, and after that we change to red, but I'm still not sure. Do we really offer some kind of a sheet or some kind of a questionnaire to client so that helps them to identify? Okay, we have 50 entitlements. Or maybe 50 applications. What kind of a score we should give or how to help them? How we have to assign this score to them? Is there a process? Some kind of a business process? Defined business process? A business process. Yeah, this scoring. So that this scoring makes sense for them, because it's difficult for them to identify which entitlement should be given which kind of a number, so that when these pictures come up on Sailpoint, they would make some meaning out of it, right? Right. So let's say you're working for some banking client. Okay, and there you have some 2,000 application. Okay, some more than 2 lakh identities. So in that scenario, based on some entitlement, they are not going to set the same value. If the risk score is 950, they are not going to set the same value for each and every entitlement rules. They will filter out all the privileged access, and they are going to assign some value. The first point winning. Okay, as you know usually they will filter out that privileged access saying domain, user, domain, admin level access. They will filter out, and they will set some value so that, instead of triggering certification for all users, basically they will trigger certification only for high-risk user. So that's the purpose of having this identity. So if they are going to do the certification, then they have, let's say, manager certification, then they are going to trigger a certification for all identities. If they are going to set all managers. Okay, in that scenario, it's a lengthy process to avoid that if you want to validate only for high-risk users. So you have assigned some risk value to entitlement rules. Based on that, some points will be generated to identities, so that you can easily highlight all identities for all high-risk users, and you can validate easily. Does it make sense? Yeah, definitely makes sense. Okay, I wanted to understand the in case, because if you have been in this practice of assisting clients how to give this values, like do you really share some kind of a questionnaire to help them? Or they identified their process of recognizing this okay. So, from my experience, client directly said so we have to enable this identity risk, and they have provided, as you said, spreadsheet. They have given. Okay, you've reached entitlement rules. So you have to set these values. So just blindly, we have given the points to this, point to that. Okay. Guys, I have selected a number of identities and entitlement. That's the reason it's taking time. Okay, I have selected. Some need identities. That is the reason. Yeah, you have any questions? No, please go ahead. Thanks. Because each and every client, they are not going to utilize all the Sailpoint functionality. Alright, so they are. Some client will prefer to have only they have. If they have more users, then they will more concentrate on the certification. They won't concentrate on policies, how they are going to implement in their project. I'm not sure on that. Okay, so far I have worked on the clients. They have utilized the same functionality fully and have seen some clients. They are only for access request, only for work item purpose, only for certification purpose. Also they have implement Sailpoint in their system. So I'm not sure where you are going to end up. So access request has been submitted. It's been complete. Okay. Let's go to identity risk model. Okay, so we have assigned some value to the client, value to roles so far. The same. You can do it for entitlement as well. Okay. Just go to entitlement baseline access control again. 0 is the lowest value. 1000 is the highest value. Okay, select that application. Peoples of click add, so all the entitlement and permissions will be there. So based on that, you can assign some value. Okay. So, based on the attribute, you can pitch the entitlement details, and you can set some value to entitlements. It's taking time. Okay. I couldn't select any entitlement because I didn't set any attribute for this particular application. But let me select for a different application. Okay, so from here also, I couldn't select any attribute because I haven't defined any attribute in the application. Okay, since I have installed cell phone new. That is the reason. So if you are going to select any attribute from here, the value entitlement value will be populated, and you can assign some value. The same. We did it for roles. Okay, so you can assign some value to entitlements as well. Let's go to Identity Risk Model. I don't have any policies as well. If there is any policy violation, any policy, you can assign some value to policies as well. Okay, so I don't have any policies as well. Let me create quickly one. So if you have any policy rule, it will be visible here so that you can assign some value to those. Okay, just a minute. Let me restart my application server. I mean Apache Tomcat services. So we have created one policy. Just go to Policy, Violation Baseline Access Risk. So the rule we have, policy rule which we have created, it will be visible here so that you can assign some value like something like so whenever user is going to violate this policy. So some trigger will happen. It will get notified to manager. Okay, so how we can validate? So let's learn those things. So I have assigned some value to rules, and policy violation only just save. If you want to change this composite scoring, you can change, but usually we won't change. Okay, let it as it is. Okay, so we have assigned some value to roles, entitlements, and policies.